Come on in. Uh, what's up? What's up? Come on in. Come on in. Uh, what's up? What's up? What's up, family? What's up, man? First and foremost, on behalf of my mother-in-law, man, may God bless each and every one of you. Those of you that are here on the live, and for those of you that come in a little later on and watch it on YouTube, man, may God bless you. What's up, Scott? What's up, Morgan? What's up, Big Sky? Man, second, man, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Man, may you get an additional blessing, a double portion poured out on you today. You know what I mean? Man, may God bless each and every one of you mothers out there. What's up, Miss Rocky? Man, speaking of mothers, man, I'll be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the two queens. What's up, Wahid? The two queens in my life, my mother-in-law and my babe. Man, happy Mother's Day to you, man. Speaking of my mother-in-law, man, this lady's so freaking phenomenal. You know what I mean? I had the privilege of, what's up, Porto? Hey, I'm not going to just call out everybody's names, okay? But, man, I had the privilege of doing a video with my mother-in-law, back at the end of February, what's up, babe, that I posted on March 1st. And, man, she went through so much. She's from Dominican Republic. Scorpio lady. Man, missed you yesterday or the day before. And so my mother-in-law went through so much before she got here to the United States. You know what I mean? She's from Dominican Republic. And, man, she talked about her life. So if you haven't seen that video, man, it's a powerful testimony. A powerful testimony. The crows going in. You know what I mean? And so, man, because she went through, because she withstood all of her stuff, you know what I mean? Because she went through all the hell that she did, and she stayed true to the game. She stayed true to life, stayed true to God. Man, she came to America, man, had a daughter with her. You know what I mean? She just, man, I can't say I'm indebted to her, but, man, that's my mother-in-law. You know what I mean? Because, man, she's blessed me with a beautiful queen. She withstood all the crap that she's gone through, and, man, I honor that lady so much. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because when I don't know, I'm just leave it at that. You know what I mean? I honor you, Mom. Bless you. I love you. God bless you. Family, I'm going to talk to you guys something about, we're going to go in this morning. And this is going to be towards you mothers. I want to have a real heart-to-heart with mothers today. We're going to talk about mothers, and not just mothers, but for those of you that are going through some things, just those of you that are, it doesn't seem as though, man, things are working out for you. It doesn't seem as though you get the rewards that you deserve. It doesn't seem as though you've gone through so much and you don't get the praise that you deserve. You don't get the validation, you know what I mean? And it doesn't seem as though people respect you and cherish you and all the crap that you've gone through, you know what I mean? And I know that it's hard. I know that it's frustrating. And it's like, man, why did I go through all of that hell? Why did I go through all of that pain? And, man, nobody even recognizes it. Nobody even pays attention. Nobody even sees the pain and suffering that I've gone through. Nobody even knows the brokenness and just the despair that I've had. And here it is, man, people are talking down on me and people are saying this and we'll do. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today, man. And may this video encourage each and every one of you that are in that situation. For mothers that that have been single parents, man, God bless you. You know what I mean? May God bless you. Man, again, I grew up without my mom, you know what I mean? And so I don't understand. I don't relate to anybody who has a mom in their life. You know what I mean? I can't relate to you guys at all, and so, man, I have a thing for moms just because I didn't have mine, you know what I mean? And so, one of the great things about my queen, man, she's phenomenal, you know what I mean? But she watches a lot of movies and different things, and it's crazy because I do the same thing, but she's always bringing some different stuff to me, different movies or different documentaries to me. Hey, babe, let's watch this. Hey, babe, have you seen this? Hey, babe, what do you think about this? Let's check this out. And so yesterday we sat there and we watched this documentary. Um, I can't even think of the name. Brain fart. It's searching for the Sugar Man. Searching for Sugar Man. Sugar Man. Um, it's on Prime. Searching for Sugar Man. Sugar Man. Sugar. SUGAR. Man. On Prime. Family, if you haven't seen this documentary, man, check it out. Man, check it out. Um, it's a story of this guy's life. Hispanic guy moved to Detroit back in the 60s, and this guy loved music, wrote his own music, sung, and he put out a couple of albums. Searching for Sugar Man. Thank you, babe. He put out a couple of albums in Detroit. You know, his name was Sixto Rodriguez. He goes by the name Rodriguez. Rodriguez. He has stuff out on YouTube. Check out his stuff. And so this guy puts out a couple of albums, right? And his albums don't really sell in America. Nobody really listens to that. You know what I mean? Nobody buys his music. Nobody, gets off on him at that time. Stay with me. We're going to go somewhere. And so he goes back to work, and he's just like doing construction work, hard labor work, you know what I mean? And he gives up on his music. He stops making albums. Stay with me. This guy has a dream. He has this thing, this just gifted, just naturally gifted with music, you know what I mean? To write music and to sing and to play music. And man, this guy's phenomenal, you know what I mean? Phenomenal musician. Puts out a couple of records and they don't take off. And his record label cancels his deal like 2 weeks before Christmas. You know what I mean? And I'm sharing with you, I'm sharing you guys his story because, man, I want you mothers, I want you single fathers, you know what I mean? I want you that people that are business owners, you people that write music and sing, you people that have started your YouTube channel, and you people that have done different things to begin something, and it doesn't seem like it's taking off. It doesn't seem like it's working. It doesn't seem like you're getting the credit you deserve from your family members and from your coworkers and from everybody else. They hear you, man, I got my own business, but they ain't supporting you. They hear you, they see what you're doing, but they ain't really trying to invest in you. You know what I mean? And so, man, may this video inspire you. May this video encourage you. You know what I mean? Man, check out this guy's life by the name of Rodriguez. And so this guy goes back to work, and just imagine this guy has all this stuff in his mind, all his memories, all this stuff of, man, I know that I'm good. I know that I could be great at this. How come people won't give me a chance? How come people won't invest in me? How come people won't just give me 5 minutes of their time? How come they just won't play my music and all this other stuff, right? I can't imagine the thoughts going through this guy's head. You know what I mean? And he goes back to work. He has kids, and he has 3 daughters, gets married, and he's just struggling trying to make it, right? He's trying to do the right thing. Man, I got to stop chasing my dreams. I got these 2 records out. I played these records. I made these records. Man, let me get back on my grind now. Man, I got to get back into the hustle game. I got to support my wife. I got to support my baby girls. And so he's let go of the music, although it's still in his heart, although it's still within him. He has to survive. You know what I mean? And so somehow, some way, and nobody knows how that one of his records makes it to South Africa. This guy makes these records, these 2 albums in the late 60s, right? And somehow, some way, nobody knows. You know what I mean? Even the documentary talks about nobody really knows how how a record got to South Africa in the 70s. And that record took off in South Africa. One person heard it and they started bootlegging it, and everybody started ordering copies and copies of this record. Understand, this is in the early 70s, 71, 72 time from his records just flying through the roof in South Africa, right? Nobody, they're trying to find out who this guy is, where this guy is at. Man, this guy's like bad. This guy's great. And so nobody knows how to get a hold of this guy. Nobody knows who this guy is. Nobody knows where this guy's at. He's not on TV in America. Nobody in America is talking about this guy. But in another country, on the other side of the world, this guy's blowing up. This guy's everywhere. Stay with me. This guy goes on to sell hundreds of thousands of copies of records in this other country. And in his own country, nobody knows him. In his own country, he's a nobody. In his own country, nobody's getting him time of day. What's up, Believer Love? Nobody's paying attention. He's just another peon in America. But in another country, on the other side of the world, this guy's bigger than freaking Elvis Presley. And Elvis Presley was the biggest thing going back then. Stay with me. Elvis Presley was the biggest phenom at that time. And this guy, this nobody, this Rodriguez, nobody in America's heard of him. Nobody in America has paid attention to him. He's on nobody's register. Man, we don't even talk about this guy. But in another country, he was selling hundreds of thousands of records back in the early 70s. This guy was bigger than Elvis Presley was, and he was a nobody in his own country. He was struggling to make it in his own country. But in another country, he was a god. You know what I mean? He was king. You know what I mean? Goes on. In the 90s. So in the 70s, excuse me, this guy, nobody knows how to get a hold of him. Nobody knows what happened to him. And so there's all these rumors going around about this guy. Man, how come he doesn't have any more music? How come he stopped making music? And one of his songs, man, is kind of sad. You know what I mean? And so from that one song, people start making up conjectures of, man, this is what happened to him. And so, man, there's rumors flying all around that, man, this guy committed suicide. This guy put a bullet in his head on stage in front of his concert because people wasn't recognizing him. People wasn't giving him the praise that he deserved. People wasn't giving him the validation that he deserved. And so he committed suicide on stage. Some people said that, man, he blew his head off. Some people said he put gasoline on himself and burned himself alive. And so there's all these rumors going around of what happened to this guy. Stay with me. And so in the 90s, late 90s, internet is alive. Late 90s, this South African guy, couple of guys in South Africa, they're trying to find this guy. Man, how can we see if this guy's alive? How can we go to find out what happened to this guy? Where can we get some facts about this guy? And so, man, they start putting all these ads out. They start putting all this stuff out on the internet, trying to find this guy Rodriguez. You know what I mean? Because on the record, man, they didn't tell them nothing. But they're trying to find these two guys that never met this guy before. Don't know where he lived, don't know his struggles, don't know nothing about him other than the fact that they worshiped him, other than the fact that they loved him because of the music that he put out. And so these two strangers are trying to find this guy. What became of this guy Rodriguez? Somehow, some way, they put out something on the internet. His daughter happened to see it. They connected. These Africans flew Rodriguez and his daughters out to Africa in 1998. His daughters talked about how, man, when they got to the airport and they had heard about their dad's music and they seen on the record, two record labels he had, and they saw all the pictures and all that other stuff. And so you can imagine these three girls, they're growing up poor. Extremely poor, and their dad is a nobody to them. They love him, but in the music realm, he's a nobody. In the music realm, man, nobody even heard of him. You know what I mean? He got no love. He got no airtime whatsoever. And so now these daughters find out that, dang, my dad is famous. All the stuff that my dad has been telling me, all this stuff that my dad has been telling us about follow your dreams and chase your dreams and don't give up and whoop-de-doo, all this stuff is coming true. They get off the airplane and there's all these limousines there. And these girls don't even understand that these limousines are there for them. They can't comprehend the fact that these people love them. They can't comprehend the fact that these people so worship them. And I'm not saying that they worship, but man, they valued them so much. They had limousines coming to pick them up, to show them your worth, to show them, man, you're valued, you're loved, you're somebody. So these girls and their father, they get in a limousine and their limousines just driving them around South Africa and they're getting out taking pictures and they're just like, man, we're royalty. Man, all these people taking pictures of us, all these people laughing and happy to see us, all these people loving on my dad. And my dad could walk up and down the streets of Detroit and nobody say nothing to him. And in this other country, man, they worship him. In this other country, they can't get enough of him. Stay with me. He goes on. And so these people's like, man, is it really him? Is it really him? You know, there's a lot of charlatans out there. There's a lot of fake people out there. And so they go on, and he gets up, and there's all these people, thousands of people come to see him in this stadium, right? And he's going to perform. The lights come on. He walks out to the stage, and they give him a standing ovation for 18, I believe it's like 18 minutes long straight. Before he sung anything, before he opened up his mouth, these people are standing there crying and cheering and just giving him all this praise, all of this love. And he's never gotten that before. His daughters had never seen that before for their father. I'm sure they grew up in America, so they saw other people idolized like that. They saw Michael Jackson idolized like that. They saw the Beatles idolized like that. They saw all these other people worship like that, but they never imagined that it would be their father. Stay with me. And so you can only imagine the joy, the overwhelming joy, and the tears of happiness, the tears of gratitude coming down the girl's eyes as they're seeing and hearing all these people love their dad, all these people screaming and crying and just, man, throwing out all these praise to them. So he starts singing, man, and he does a little thing for them, a concert for them, gets done, goes off stage, comes back, and they're just cheering and cheering and cheering. And he does like signing autographs in for a couple of hours straight, nonstop, taking pictures. And these people are just worshiping him. Stay with me. When it shows this one guy had got a tattoo of him, of Rodriguez, on his arm. It's like, that's how much they valued this guy. This guy was bigger than Elvis Presley, and nobody was bigger than Elvis Presley in his prime. You know what I mean? But in South Africa and in other African countries, this guy was bigger than Elvis. This guy was living in dire straits. This guy lived in the hood. This guy lived in broken down, raggedy ass Detroit. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Detroit, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's how he lived in America. But in another country, in other countries outside of America, this same guy who nobody thought highly of, this same guy who nobody cared about, man, he was worshipped as a king. Why am I talking about this? What does that got to do with Mother's Day? What does that got to do with us? Man, family, I don't care what you're going through. I don't care how dire it looks. I don't care, man, how bad it looks. Don't give up. You know what I mean? Don't give up. You know what I mean? Keep pushing. Keep putting in the work, because you never know when your breakthrough is coming. Keep putting in the work. You know what I mean? Keep your head up. Understand, it's all good. And I say this all the time. It's all good. Everything is always working out for my good. Man, everything is always working out for your good. It don't matter what it looked like. This guy's living in a broken down, raggedy ass house that he paid $50 for in the 70s. $50 for this broken down, ran down fucking home. Excuse my language, but $50 for this house. That's all it cost him for this house, and he still lives there. I think they said in 2020 or 2021, the value of that house is like 200 something bucks. But at the time, it cost him $50. And yet, this guy's loved. This guy, his music has inspired people in Africa, South Africa. And if you know anything about South Africa, again, back in the 70s and early 80s, man, it was this big apartheid thing, racial thing, you know what I mean? And his music inspired the revolution and those people leading the revolution. His music was so inspirational to those people on the forefront of that revolution. In America, he wasn't anybody. But on the other side of the country, on the other side of the world, his music, his words, his lyrics was inspiring a revolution. His music, his lyrics was changing the words of changing the lives of other people. They said that, man, even all the kids knew his songs. The kids knew the words to all of his songs. That's how big this dude was. What does that got to do with us? It don't matter what you're going through. And some of us, man, we're in dire situations. Some people, man, they're facing, eviction. Some people about to lose their home. Some people, man, they're losing their businesses. They're losing their car. They're losing so much. You know what I mean? There's so much going on, and it's so easy to get consumed in sorrow. It's so easy to just like, man, fuck it. Why do it? Why keep pushing? Why? Nobody believes in me. Nobody supports me. Nobody cares. Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep pushing and nobody gives me time of the day? Nobody understands the pain and the suffering and the hell that I've gone through. Nobody acknowledges the crap that I've endured, but yet they're sitting here criticizing me. You should be this, you big businessman, and you ain't sold nothing yet. You big businesswoman, and you still live in the same raggedy apartment. You big business person, you still catching the bus. You big business person, you ain't got no money. And in America, we label success, we base success on how much money you got. That's what determines your value in this country is how many records did you sell? How much product do you got out there? How big is your fan base? How many subscribers do you have? What's your address? What type of vehicle are you riding in? That's what we use in America to show our success. And this guy didn't have no vehicle. This guy walked and he was broke. But in another country, he would have lived like a king. In another country, he was valued. In other countries, it was more than one country, South Africa, it was Zimbabwe, Australia, and some other countries. But in those countries, he was worshipped. In those countries, he would have lived like a king. They valued him. They loved him. So, man, don't give up. Don't give up. Because while you're going through what you're going through, man, God is working in somebody else's life. God is operating in somebody else's life who values you, who's heard you, who saw your work. They see what you're doing. They see your efforts. And so although you're not cognizant of that fact that other people are watching you, although you're not cognizant of the fact that, man, your life's work, your music, your lyrics, whatever it is that you're doing, man, it's helping people all over the world. You're inspiring somebody. And the trip is, and I tell kids all the time, man, you know what? Be careful what you do when you're out in public. Be careful what you say. Why? Because somebody's always watching you. Somebody's always looking at you. Somebody's always sitting back there. Man, I want to be them when I grow up. I want to be like them. How are you inspiring people you may not even know? You may not know the kids and the young adults that are looking up at you and thinking, dang, I want to be like them when I grow up. You don't even understand the people that look at you and they see your charisma. They look at you and they see your style and how you rock what you rock. And they're thinking, man, I want to be like that. Man, I want to copy that style. Man, I want to do what they do. And they may never tell you. Don't give up. Don't give up. And I talked about this in the past that, man, one of the things that God had to do with me when I was a single parent. And it's like, man, I was struggling. You know what I mean? I was struggling. And it's like, man, God, what the heck is going on? You know what I mean? And I would come home and feed the kids and give them make sure they took their baths and stuff and put them to bed. And I had this little card table downstairs. And I lived in a townhouse. And I would get me a glass of wine and sit there and put on some jazz. And I used to do big jigsaw puzzles. And so I was sitting there doing these jigsaw puzzles and I was learning patience. God was using these big jigsaw puzzles to teach me patience, but he taught me something profound. And what he taught me was that, Elijah, man, every piece is valuable. Every piece is valuable. And what he was saying was like, Elijah, I don't care how big you think you are. I don't care how small you think you are, how insignificant you think you are. Man, without your piece, the puzzle isn't complete. The big picture can't be fully seen without every piece there. And so what God was saying, man, I'm so big, I'm so powerful. Man, I could bring this person over here and bring this person over here and this person over here and this person over here. And I could bring all these pieces together and make a beautiful puzzle. I could bring all these pieces together and make something beautiful. I could bring this person over here. You're working on this, Elijah, thinking, man, you're doing this and you're doing this, and nobody's watching your videos, and nobody cares, and nobody's supporting you. And not understanding I got somebody in another country, not understanding I got somebody in another state that's watching you, that was suicidal and you saved them, that was suicidal and depressed and you helped them out of their funk. And I'm bringing them up and they're going to help. And I'm bringing this person up and I'm bringing this person up and I'm bringing this person up. And you don't see these people. You don't know these people exist. And it's not your job to know that they exist until it's the right time. And the right time is in divine timing. And I bring all of the pieces together. I'm working some stuff out in them, and I'm working some stuff out in them. And they got these issues that I'm resolving. And they got these issues that I'm resolving. And these people got these issues that I'm resolving. And man, when I bring them together, man, they'll be able to see the picture. They'll be able to understand why I went through all the hell that I went through. And mothers, man, so often, man, I hear so many women talk about, man, I got to find my king. And man, where's my king at? And man, I'm a good woman and I'm a loving woman. I'm a compassionate woman. And I got this and I got this. And man, what the heck is going on? Where's my king at? And I hear King saying the same thing. Man, I'm a loving dude. I'm not like these other knuckleheads on the street. I'm not going to cheat on a woman. I'm not going to beat a woman. I'm not going to talk down to a woman. Man, I got a good job. Man, I got this and I'll do this for her and I'll do this for her. But I'm tired of all these trifling women that ain't gonna be any good for me. I'm tired of all these ratchet, superficial women. Where's my queen at? And God is saying to each and every one of you, man, just relax. I got you. I got you. I'm working some stuff out in you. I'm perfecting you. And as I'm perfecting you, your queen is on the other side of the country, and I'm perfecting her. I'm working some of her issues out right now. I'm working her insecurities out. I'm working her low self-esteem out. I'm working her self-hatred out. And so when I bring you guys together, you'll understand why each other went through the hell that y'all went through. And you'll be able to love and cherish and value each other and love on each other the way you need to. Just because you can't see it right now, just because you can't put your hands on it right now, don't mean that it don't exist. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get your king. It doesn't mean you're not going to get your queen. Understand that, man, I'm perfecting you. It's all good. Don't trip. And it reminded me of the story, and I've talked about it in the past. Man, we're all diamonds. You know what I mean? We're all diamonds. The diamond in the rough. The diamond in the rough. What is that talking? What does that got to do with us? Man, family, that diamond is there in the ground. It takes somebody to go work the ground. It takes somebody to go chisel and put in the hard work to bring that diamond up out the ground. Stay with me. That diamond don't look like much. It's just a big crystal, if you will. It doesn't look like much. There's no work to it in its raw state. He gives it to somebody else. Somebody else has the skills. They have the ability to take that piece of diamond and clean it up. The polish the rough edges off. The chisel the rough edges off. Why? Because that's their area of expertise. They're not the one that went dug it up. Each of us have something different that we bring to the table. Now that all these people have come in and did what they did, now God is able to say, man, you put in the work. Now I can elevate you because you're patient. You're humble. You're humble. You don't learn what you had to learn. So, man, it's all good. It's all good. In divine timing, man, your true nature will be revealed. In divine timing, your king comes in. In divine timing, your queen arrives. In divine timing, your blow up is there. Your business blow up, your music blow, whatever it is that you do, man, in divine timing, you just got to go through the process. You're in the refining stage now. You're in the stage where God is working on you. He's perfecting you. Why? Because he knows that, man, if I give it to you right now, you're not really ready. You think you're ready, but there's some stuff to you that, man, you ain't ready for yet. You know what I mean? You ain't really ready yet. So man, just understand, relax. I got this. I got this. I'm going to work it out for you. Just because I'm delaying the process don't mean that I'm saying no to it. Just because you're in that delayed stage don't mean that you can't have your dreams. It just means that I got to give it to you when you're ready for it, when you're emotionally ready for it, when you're spiritually ready for it, after you've worked out some of your issues. Why? Because if I give you that queen now, if I give you that king now, if I give you that business opportunity now, if I give you the success that you desire now, man, you're going to blow it. You're going to blow it. And you're going to squander the opportunity that you were given. I put too much work into your queen to get her to the stage. I put too much work into your king to get him to the stage and I can't risk putting you in their life because you ain't ready for them yet. And you're going to mess this person up because you haven't healed. You haven't resolved some things. So man, just sit back and relax. Just get connected to God. Get connected to God. You know what I mean? And I say that all the time, family. Man, we have to learn how to stay connected to God. And understand, when you're connected to God, man, you don't have to trip. When you stay connected to God, man, you can just and have peace. When you stay connected to God, you can have that joy that passes all understanding. When you stay connected to God, you ain't got to fight and politic and connive and manipulate and do all these other stupid stuff to try to get ahead. You ain't got to sell your ass to get ahead. You ain't got to quote unquote sell your soul or whatever it is you do to get ahead. Not when you stay connected to God. Man. Family, it's all good. It's all good. You know what I mean? Man, I love you guys. I love you guys. My hope and prayer is that, man, you learn how to connect to God. You know what I mean? And again, you hear me say this all the time. I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about religion. You know, don't get religious. You know what I mean? Do not get religious on me. You know what I mean? Please don't. Religion has messed up the world. More people have died because of religious people than any other reason in our country, in the world. You know what I mean? There have been more wars fought over stupid religion, more people killed over stupid religion, more division and hatred over stupid religion. Don't become religious. That's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about getting connected to God. I'm not talking about religion in any way, shape, or form. And for those of you that know the Bible, you know that the people that Jesus had a problem with wasn't the common everyday man. The people that Jesus had a problem with was the religious people. It was the religious people who thought that they had everything all figured out. It was the self-righteous, dogmatic people that thought that, man, you got to do it this way. And if you don't do this, if you ain't eating this, man, then you ain't right. Those are the people that Jesus had an issue with. So, man, when I say get connected to God, that has nothing to do with religion. Yes, damn, it's about a relationship. It's about a relationship. And the one thing, man, in family, if you've been in relationships, you know, man, ain't nobody got the right to tell you how you supposed to be in your relationship. Can't another dude come tell me, man, you supposed to be between your queen like this, and queen, you supposed... No, shut the hell up. This is between me and her. Me and my queen, man, because we communicate, because we spend time with each other, because we're in relationship with each other, man, we know how to please each other. We know how to talk to each other. What you do in your relationship that's between you and that person you with. Don't bring that stuff over here to me and my queen. We got this. What you like may not be what I like. What your queen like, it may not be what my queen like. So don't bring your crap over here. Same thing with the relationship with God. How you worship and believe in God, man, that's cool for you. Don't try to force that on everybody else. Don't get so dogmatic. Well, you got to talk to God this way. And if you don't worship God this way, then you're not right. If you don't do, man, we got to let that crap go. We have to let that crap go. Why are we so self-righteous? Why are we so all-knowing and judgmental against everybody else and how they do what they do? May you connect to God. May you understand who God is to you. And may you learn to just relax. Relax. So on this Mother's Day, and to me, because I grew up without my mom, and I'm so thankful for the mother figure that God has blessed me with. You know what I mean? Man, I'm so grateful for the mother figure that he's just blessed me with. Man, Mama, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the beautiful work you've done raising your daughters. You know what I mean? You've done an amazing job. Thank you. I salute you for that, Mom. Babe, you already know. You know what it is. You know what I mean? I love you. On this Mother's Day, man, don't lose hope. On this Mother's Day, remember who you are. Remember, it's not about your timing. It's not about your timing. Get connected to God and understand that everything has to be revealed in divine timing. Divine timing. That's God's timing, because only God understands when you're truly ready. Only God understands when your king, when your queen is ready for you. Stop trying to rush the process. Stop trying to rush the process. It's all good. It's all good. I love you guys. Happy healing. Every day is Mother's Day. And for those of you that have a mom that's still walking this planet or in a hospital or wherever she may be at, man, family, my hope and prayer is that you're able to reach out to her, connect with her. You know what I mean? Whether she's been in your life or not, whether she's done anything right for you or not, whether she's giving you up for adoption or not, whether she's abandoned you, whatever the case may be, you wouldn't be here if had it not been for your mom. You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have had all the beautiful experiences that you've had it not been for your mom. Man, every day is Mother's Day. Every day is Mother's Day. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.